You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, wherever you're watching this, welcome to Inside the NFL Week 1 recap and my FanDuel results. And y'all, I know I'm dropping this Wednesday. I really wanted it to drop on yesterday, Tuesday, but I was so tired. When I was driving. I kept falling asleep when I was driving, so that's nothing safe about that. So y'all try to get your sleep when you can. So I had to take some sleep, and now I'm actually able to get this video out to y'all. As you can tell, I just woke up. That's why I still have my glasses on. But what a week 1. And I don't know about y'all, but I am glad football is back. Like I said, this is my favorite part of the year because we have college football in October when the NBA starts, the baseball playoffs. Like I said, this part of the year, I would say, is a sports fanatic's best part of the year because you have all sports going at the same time and you always have something to fall asleep to at night. You got to think about it. We get football Thursday, Friday, Saturday for college football, then back again Sunday for NFL football, then Monday we get football again for Monday night. So that's what Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We get 5 days of football. Now let's get to the week 1 results. Now the Cowboys lost to the Eagles 20-24, but it was a good game. And the good thing about the Cowboys, I would say they did get a moral victory in this game because it showed that they were actually competing, that they will compete. Because if you remember, I said the Eagles was going to blow them out, and it didn't happen that way. For the Chiefs versus the Chargers, that was an up and down game, kind of slow in the beginning. But the thing I noticed about the Chiefs is since their defense isn't that solid, and keep in mind, y'all, I know it's week 1, so I don't want to over-exaggerate, but if their defense have a problem with stopping teams, the Chiefs are going to have to find a way to put up 27, 30 points per game, which is going to be hard because not that they don't have the personnel, they have to get acclimated to one another. Pat Mahomes got to learn how they move or where they're going to be at because you got to think Rice is suspended. So he's still going to have to try to find his way without Rice, which I would say is their best receiver overall, even though I do like Xavier Worthy. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. Seeing if the Chiefs can be able to put up enough points if their defense can't stop anybody. And we have the Bucks versus the Falcons, and that was a really good game as well. Michael Penix played well. I was impressed by his play, but because Koo mixed that kick, they lost the game. And if I'm not mistaken, Penix playing, I think he lost a few times with Koo missing a kick with him being a starting quarterback. And I think if Koo keeps this up, just like what the San Francisco Niners did with Jake Moody, Koo could be out of a job because in the NFL, if you're a kicker, they expect you to make kicks. And if you keep missing, they will replace you quick. Like I said, the San Francisco 49ers, it took them only 1 day. Well, I think less than that because Jake Moody missed 2 field goals and they cut him. The Bengals barely squeaked by the Browns. And like I said, for some reason, the Bengals, they always start off very slow. And watching this game, because like I said, I do have the NFL package, so I get to watch all these games. I thought the Bengals was going to lose. I know moral victories shouldn't matter in sports, but if this is anything to show for the Browns defense, they have a good defense. Now, offensively, they're going to have to figure some things out, but on the defensive side of football, they did pretty well holding Chase in check and T. Higgins. The game I was most disappointed by, or team I should say, was the Miami Dolphins. Only putting up 8 points against the Colts. They couldn't get anything started. They couldn't get anything going with Tyreek and then Jaden Waddle getting hurt. And then I know they showed that video of Tyreek looking mad and talking to a coach on the bench. It's not looking very good in Miami right now. And like I said, I know this week 1 and I don't want to make any type of overreactions, but you would expect them to beat the Colts on the week 1. And shout out to Daniel Jones. He had a good game. And the Panthers the Panthers lose to the Jags. My Patriots lost. We couldn't get anything going at all on the offensive end at all. I still don't like the way our offense looks, but like I said, we still have a long way to go. But shout out to the Raiders though. Even though Gentry didn't really do that well because of that O-line, they were still able to put some points on us. And I know Christian Gonzalez didn't play, but if he did play, I don't know if that would have made any difference. Like I said, we were building. The Cardinals beat the Saints, which was expected. Now, my moment of the week, because I'll do game of the week and moment of the week, and I'm pretty sure without even saying it, y'all know what the game of the week is going to be, but my moment of the week was with the Steelers beating the Jets, because y'all do know I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan and I do like Aaron Rodgers. I like Justin Fields too for the Jets, but him winning and then saying this and him winning of course, I wanted to hear what Aaron Rodgers had to say in the press conference, and this is what he said.
The meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago, beating him, is there significance in that, since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him again?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
Yeah, I know I was smiling because one thing I like about Aaron Rodgers is that he's not fake from what I've seen, because most quarterbacks would say, no, he didn't matter. But Aaron Rodgers is more like myself. I can't be fake. And of course, the Giants lost to the Commanders, and watching that game, because like I said, I'll be flipping all these games. Malik Neighbors, and they did cut to him. He put his head down, and he looked exasperated because I could tell he's starting to get frustrated, because him being all talent at LSU and seeing how the pros are, it's different at the pros. Especially when you get drafted to a team that's not very good. In other words, he's going to have to go through his Terry McLaurin years. Because you see Terry now that he got Jaden Daniels and the team is good, but those few years were rough for him, but he still got his numbers. So Malik Neighbors is going to have to learn how to deal with that. Tennessee lost to the Broncos, which was expected. The 49ers beat Seattle, and Christian McCaffrey looked good. He did look good in that game, because I'm not going to lie, in my FanDuel lineup, when I show y'all, I was wary of playing him. That's why I didn't play him, because coming off that injury, and I wanted to see how he moved, but he did look well. But unfortunately, George Kittle did get hurt that game, so I don't know his status yet, so we'll have to wait to see how's that play for week 2. Now, the Packers, I was impressed by, because the Lions having such an explosive offense, you would expect them to put up points, but they couldn't. Green Bay Packers look like a solid team, and that definitely is a message game. It looks like the Packers are going to have a shot against the Eagles. Like I said, I know it's week 1, don't want to overreact, but from what I saw week 1 in that game against the Lions, they look like an overall good team. The Rams beat the Texans, which was a low-scoring game, and I was disappointed by the Texans not being able to put up enough points. Now, y'all, my game of the week, of course, had to be the Ravens and the Bills, and y'all, I did get this wrong, because I did think Lamar and them were going to win, and early on, it looked like they were going to win, but right when Derrick Henry fumbled, the Bills was able to put it all together and come back from behind and win. That's been the narrative with the Ravens. For whatever reason, in big games, they have these key turnovers, and for whatever reason, they lose a game. Honestly, I don't know what you could say. The only thing I know is, for whatever reason, in these crunch time situations with the Ravens so far, they fall apart. And that's been their bugaboo for the last few years, especially when the postseason and the playoffs. And when you're going against Josh Allen and the Bills again and you lose, I do know that loss is going to hurt. But it does give the Bills more confidence, especially when you continue to beat somebody. Because I know some of y'all may have played sports. You know, when you always beat somebody, that confidence level goes up to where even if you get down in a game, but because you always beat them, you have that confidence. And Monday night's game was actually pretty good. And I thought the Bears was going to win, but J.J. McCarthy, he looked decent out there. He looked pretty good. Now, as far as the Bears, it's a disappointing start, and they're showing the Bears video at the very bottom while we talk about this, but I don't know what to do with the Bears, because I'm going to have to see more. But on the Viking side, what J.J. McCarthy did, he looked good. Now, of course, his first game, and he had some scrambles that weren't the cleanest, but at the end of the day, he got the win, and that was his first NFL start. So he looks ready so far, but only time will tell, because you know the league need to get a few games under their belt of tape on you, and then from that point on, they can figure you out. Now, y'all, I'm going to put my FanDuel results on the screen, and y'all, you do see I did win, and I'm going to go to my lineup. My lineup was, I had Jaden Daniels, Genty, Chase Brown, Puka Nacua, Drake London, Abuka, Trey McBride, Jonathan Taylor, and the Jags defense. So y'all, I'm 1-0 in FanDuel, and I'm going to keep these series up, and I'll hopefully drop them every Tuesday, and probably Saturday I'll probably do like my FanDuel picks or what I'm looking at. So I'll do a separate video for that. So what you can expect is Tuesdays will be my NFL recap, and then Saturdays I'll drop my FanDuel picks or what I'm looking at towards FanDuel. And y'all, if you want sports reviews, sneaker reviews, because I do got those Diamond Turfs, and I will be dropping that review also on Saturday. I might have to drop 2 videos Saturday, and plus to make up for not posting the video Tuesday. So if you want reaction videos, police body cams, workout motivation, Sunday service to get you motivation for the week, any type of video you could think of, subscribe to channel Adrian TV.